Welcome, everybody. I'm Sam Sebastian, and you're listening to the second episode of How Are You Doing Really? In today's episode, I speak with a friend of mine, Elena, and she shares her story around navigating COVID-19 in Italy and how she's managed to stay connected to her family, friends, and loved ones during this time of isolation. She also shares some music with us and just some of the things that she's been working on to help others around her navigate this challenging time. So please stay tuned, and I look forward to sharing this beautiful conversation with all of you. Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of How Are You Doing Really? I'm here with my dear friend, Elena Gilli, from the north part of Italy. And today we're just going to have a conversation about how Elena's been navigating this current state of the world and, whatever else wants to be shared. So I'll just hand it over to Elena to introduce herself.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sam. It's so nice to connect with you. We are far away, but very close, actually. So it's so nice. And I'm from Torino. I live in Torino, which is North Italy, and very close to Milano, which is the main part of Italy where the coronavirus is the more red area of North Italy, right? So, yes, I'm at home, of course. This is my balcony, one of the two balconies, and I have discovered that I have balconies in this period of my life. And I spend a lot of time in my balconies that are little ones, but sufficiently beautiful in this moment to get some light, some sun, and appreciate the trees, which are the real kings of the streets in this moment.
Yeah, I can see the light just shining in on you and the beautiful flowers that are next to you on your balcony.
Yeah.
And it seems like you really have a beautiful space to go out and just be in nature right outside of your apartment.
Yeah, I mean, I can say miss. It's not only me, but I know that this is a general feeling after all these weeks at home. We miss walking outside in the nature, and we miss trees, we miss the grass, we miss the water, we miss just walking and going around and appreciating being in the nature. So having a little balcony with flowers that are taking care of me and me, I'm taking care of them is such a great thing in this moment. And keeps you alive, keeps you really, alive, and with a sense of life and of blossom, because we are in springtime and finally we have the sun since some days and beautiful sunny days. And so it's so nice finally to keep windows open and to let light come inside and appreciating and realizing that, wow, this is the sun rise as every day. You know? Yeah. So it's a natural, wonderful thing happening every day.
Mm-hmm. And you have been in, I don't know what the term is there. Is it quarantine or isolation or?
I would say isolation now.
Yeah.
Because it's not anymore quarantine. It's 5 weeks we are at home, and 5 weeks that everything is locked down. And just, of course, if you have to buy food or to go to pharmacy, but otherwise everything is really shut down. So it's an isolation. I live at home alone, so it's a real isolation. Hopefully, we have technology which is does a great service to us in this moment, because we can connect with each other, and we can say hello and see faces, see maybe your family. I don't see the members of my family since more than 1 month. I just see my mother, because this is one of the reasons why you can go out. I go to visit her once a week, and also because she's 81, she's a cardiopathic, and so she's at home, she doesn't go out. And so I go and buy food for her, and whatever is needed. So for once a week I go there. So I take my car, and she lives about 30 minutes from here, from the center of Torino. So this is one of the reasons you can go out if you have extremely important reasons, and this is one of those ones. But otherwise, the other members of our family, we see each other in video calls or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been the one that's been going over and taking care of your mom during this time and getting her groceries, getting her the things that she needs. And
yeah, of course. And hopefully she still is making it, living alone, because one of the thoughts was maybe if this social isolation is too much for her, because of course she's not capable at video calls or technology. So one of the thoughts was, if she's not going to make it, maybe I go to stay at her home, or I take her, stay
bring
with
her
me
to your place.
Yeah, but hopefully she's making it, and it's a big thing, because it's also helps her to wake up every morning and do something for herself, because she needs to take care of herself, and so it's really useful for her. So as everyone, she has had some ups and downs, because we live day by day, and there are some days that are not that wonderful. So we get in touch with our mirrors, of course. And at maybe I can imagine at 81 and with maybe less tools, it's not that easy. But she's
strong,
powerful, yeah. So she's maybe also teaching me many things in this moment. So I'm really grateful.
Yeah, as I hear you share about her and the process that she's going through, and speaking to just the process of a lot of the other people in this world are going through, it's I can just hear how much you care and love, and really want to make sure that she has what she needs during this time.
And then she's a sewyer too. So I asked her to make masks, because as everyone in the world, we don't have masks. We don't know why, but masks are that kind of impossible goods. And so she's making masks for the community. So every time that I go, she gives me masks, and I offer it to people that need. And so this is also, again, a good task for her, and very useful for us. So
yeah, that's amazing that she's doing that and doing her part to, or her best to stay connected to others and supporting them in that way. I have a friend who actually, he also sews, and he's a designer, and during this time he just started using the fabric that he had, extra fabric in his apartment, and happened to have elastic, and started sewing masks for people too. And it's I love hearing about people that are really just doing what they can to help support the greater community.
Yeah, I think we usually talk about in this period about the resilience and the connection with massage, our profession, is that we adapt. So in this moment, we adapt. And according to the moment and the needs, we try to do something useful, beautiful, and maybe also important, not just for us, but for the others, because this is one of the points of all this happening now, that we all are connected and we all need to think about ourselves, but it's not just for ourselves, it's for the others too. And so how beautiful this is flowing in this direction. How beautifully. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really I know for myself it's taken a little bit of time for me to kind of go through this process of being inward, and not that I don't go inward still, but for the first couple of weeks I just found myself really needing to take time for myself and feel the different emotions that were coming up for me. And it was pretty challenging to go from working on people and touching people to not being able to do that and not knowing when I was going to be able to do that again. And yeah, really trying to figure out how I'm going to continue to make money and survive during this time.
Yeah.
And as I've had a lot of connection with people via Zoom, and fortunately I live with my partner, Finn. And so I feel like I have a community of people to reach out to and stay connected to. And as I do that, that's really helped me to come into this space of being more available to support others through this process. And I really feel like it's important that we do that in a time like this. We're all going through this together, and a lot of the time I feel like it's everybody's first time going through this experience. So we're navigating it in all these different ways. And some days we have really positive and resourced experiences, at least from my experience. And then days where I wake up, and this morning it was kind of like that for me. I had a little bit of a challenge waking up this morning, and what helped was to just go outside and walk with my dog. I feel fortunate that I have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
And it helped me to move.
For us now, yeah, going out with the dog and walk. Wow.
Because that's not really something that's available to you right now. Huh?
No, not at all. We are not supposed to go out. I mean, if you have a dog, you just go out for 10 minutes and then you go back home. You're not going out and go for a walk. And I mean, in Torino, we have a lot of parks, but they are closed, right? Yeah, it's a measure to contain, and to let people really be careful to follow this and help, being helpful for the ones that are really working hard for us in hospitals. And yeah.
Have you had any friends or family members that have been hospitalized or gotten the coronavirus?
No. So I'm really praying for for the ones that have people in hospitals or that are fighting with this. So yeah, I have not very close people, and so yeah.
I know that from what I've heard on the news, that it's mainly affected a lot of the older people in Italy. Those are the ones that have passed away.
Yeah.
I feel like I've also been experiencing this grief in me around what I've lost personally, what has been lost on a bigger scale throughout the world, people's lives, and what is still to come. And it's, as I feel into that, it's just like, whoa, it's when I sit with that, it's a lot to feel. And
yeah,
I know that you've been doing something that's really beautiful. I think it's daily, right? Where you go out onto your balcony and sing and play your guitar.
yeah. Has many instruments. Yeah, this was this is a great, beautiful. I don't know how to call this. Maybe gift that I began spontaneously, and then it became like a commitment to go on my balcony and play guitar and sing for the community. And with this, co-creating a sense of we are here and we are fighting and we are on the same boat. And in one way, we hold hands more energetically because everyone is on its balcony, but we are very close and we are knowing each other's and we are knowing our names and seeing each other's since 1 month now, every day, 6 p.m. on the balcony for 15 minutes together. And it's beautiful. It's moving. And again, it's not only for us in our neighborhood, because what we are doing is like going, the sound that we are doing is going in the world.
Yeah.
And maybe going to the ones that are really needing this now. Vibrations and frequencies go very far away.
And penetrate deeply.
Yeah, and we know that this is not wrong, what we are doing, and we can feel it. And that's why I believe we all are there, always. So there is something that is connecting us. So the power of these vibrations is really remarkable. I'm so grateful for this. And using the voice. I am using my voice, and I believe that each of us and everybody who has voice needs to use it now and use it for the outside and for letting it go outside. This is so important. And even for the ones that have no voice.
I can hear the emotion just coming up in you as you share that.
And today is the first day I had asked my community for a break of 4 days for the Easter period. So today is the Good Friday, and tomorrow, and then Easter and Monday. We are not going on the balcony singing and playing. So today I'm just beginning to integrate what we have done. And there are a lot of emotions arising, and looking back, wow, I say it's not possible that we are doing all this. And so in such a great way. So yeah, I'm observing today, listening and letting emotions go and taking a break. And yeah.
And those emotions that you're really feeling, I'm just curious if you don't mind sharing what's there. What are you feeling?
Gratitude, a sense of wholeness, of something that I don't know the name, but is more than us, more than our little lives, more than this courtyard, more than Torino, more than Italy, more than it's like a big game where we all are involved. So space, yeah. I feel a lot of space, a lot of empty space, air moving inside.
I see you kind of moving your hands as you say that. And it sounds like there's some movement of the.
In sense. Yeah.
How have you been able to just stay so positive? It seems like you're in a very, like, I don't know if it's you have a schedule that you kind of keep to, or you have things in place that really allow you to just feel really grounded.
Well, I don't have like a fixed schedule, but I believe I know that I have many tools. So maybe I dance in the morning, I do my moving meditations, and I make some space in my little kitchen and I dance. I play music. I listen to a lot of music during the day, whatever kind of music that can inspire me. And so a lot of vibrations, actually. Yeah. I study a little. I study in some Zoom classes, or I do some meditation. I use essential oils. I use Palo Santo. I use candles. Oh, and I can offer you some chocolate, Italian chocolate.
Oh,
They're very nice and very good. And and relationships. I mean, I don't love very much telephone, but in this moment, it's very necessary. And being on the phone, talking with someone, and sharing, maybe even in video calls, having lunch with a friend in a video call, it's nice. Or having an aperitivo together, it's nice and keeps you alive. And it's a good way to share emotions and also maybe informations about what do you do. Oh, I dance. Oh, I do yoga, or and maybe share exercises or little informations about what to do, what is nice, what is rich and powerful, and yeah.
yeah. I think the importance of movement, especially at this time, is just so crucial. It's so easy to kind of get stuck and be caught in our thoughts and emotions. And for me, like I just know when I'm in that place, I need to move, I need to dance, I need to just get more into my body, out of my head, and just maybe listen to music. Or I haven't done this recently, but in the past I've gone to the beach and just right at the ocean, just screamed at the top of my lungs, just letting that out. And you spoke to just using our voices right now, and
Yeah, that is a really important part that is accompanying me. It's really great just to let it out in whatever way is good. All voices are beautiful. All voices are great. Yes, really.
is there a song that like speaks to how you feel in this moment, or one that really just resonates with you or has been with you throughout this time?
Well, maybe a song that is really going with me is a song that my mother sang to me when I was very little. And also it has a beginning with the whistle. That I like it very much. Do you want me to sing it?
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
for you to. Yes, please.
Yeah, and it begins with la più bella sei tu, pettinata così, il tuo nome è Lily, tu mi piaci di più. Oh no, cara, resta sempre così bella, col musetto pulito, tu mi piaci di più, amore. Oh no, cara.
Oh, thank you.
Nice, thank you. And as there are no cars, there's a great amplification. Singing and whistling is wonderful. And birds are listening.
The words in that song, is there a meaning or a translation that you could just share with us?
Yeah, the translation is you are so beautiful the way you are, don't change. You are so nice, so beautiful. So please go ahead like exactly as you are, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Elena, it's just so good to be here with you and hear your voice and hear you singing. It definitely has touched me to hear you sing, and reminded me of when I was a little kid and how much I loved to sing, and how I sang until about 8th grade, and my voice changed, and it was no longer the cool thing to do to stay in choir. So, or actually, I decided to go into leadership as my elective in high school, and yeah, it's something that I know in me is like just longing to be done again. I don't sing, and I don't practice using my voice in that way. And I think for a while I felt kind of a block in that space, and that's something I've been coming to. I've been working with a lot, is just opening up or finding my voice. And as I come into this more, I want to sing.
Yeah. And then I will tell you a secret. So as you are telling me what you are saying, I'm telling you a secret, because this moment is doing a great service to me, because it was about 30 years that I haven't been singing and playing guitar again, right? So this was a great opportunity. I don't know where it began, but I know that it happened. So I think this is my gift, one of the gifts in this moment, in this difficult and weird and uncertain moment. This is a great thing that happened to me. So I can understand being stuck. I can understand being not knowing how to use voice again anymore. So I did this for in the last 30 years. I didn't sing and play it at all. So I began when we were at Esselen in the first part of our journey in the teacher training, because we were there in the lodge and we began to sing and play, and I oh wow, and I discovered that I could play whatever, guitar. I have many instruments at home, and I play whatever. I also play stones, whatever is good. So everything is changing.
And you're really just learning and adapting to what you're having to go through at this time. I'm curious, how has it, have you, other than your mom, have you been able to have any physical contact with anybody else, or has it just been completely no physical contact with anybody?
No, I mean, I have very good friends who live in Torino like me, in the center of Torino like me, and we are maybe 5 minutes walk, but we don't see each other. We stay at home. Yeah. The only person that I have had kind of physical contact is one of the neighbor here. That is the woman that sometimes come and sing with me.
Okay.
Yeah, because she lives here.
Mm-hmm.
But we have stopped also for these days, for this
break.
Yeah, we have a break, even if we are neighbors, because anyway, she needs to enter in my house and we go outside in the balcony. Yes, we wear masks and gloves, but I mean, I think it's good to stop for some days and then wait for what's next, and maybe, yeah.
I'm not sure, but how much longer have they said that this is supposed to go on in Torino?
This is supposed to go on, so far, what they have said, until about second part of April. But I believe this will be postponed. We all know that this will be postponed. Actually, I mean, we know that it's not possible that in the next 10 days everything is changing, because numbers are still very high. We are still at the peak of the wave. We are not going down, even if the situation is doing better. But I believe that this is going to last more than this. Yeah, I believe we are almost staying at home for 1 month, and maybe more than that.
Yeah, I have a similar feeling in myself that this will go on for at least another month or two.
Yeah. I believe maybe end of May we can begin to maybe.
Have you? I know you're not working right now. Have you been able to receive any financial support from the government, or have you just been able to do with what you've already had saved up?
Yeah, we have a support from the government. So we have, since 10 days, began all the papers, online papers, of course, to get this support money from government. And I can say I live alone and I don't have children, and so it's easier. And of course I have a studio, so I have to pay for expenses for my studio and my home. But I can make it, and I hope this will change. I mean, I don't know. I think we will be kind of last ones because we use touch. I mean, so it's not going to be really easy for us to work to begin again. Huh?
Yeah.
So I'm working on long-term programs now, and hopefully, what I am also hoping that something will happen for us to be sustained by government is that Europe is making something good for Europe. And I cannot actually see this now. So I hope that what we are doing as Italians in Italy, like citizens, we are all moving to help each others and to give. So when I go out, for instance, and to buy food for myself, I ask to the lady living in front of me because she cannot go out. She's an old woman. So we help each other in this sense. So I hope that this can be the example for Europe.
And for the world, hopefully.
For the world, of course.
Yeah. I heard you say something that just sparked some curiosity in me. And I'm just wondering, with the work that we both do around touch, even after things, I guess, go quote unquote back to normal or business as usual, do you feel like you're just mentally or in some way preparing to work in a different way with people? Just if for some reason we're not able to give massage right away, are there any ideas that you have in mind of what you might do instead, or at least in the meantime?
Yeah, I believe that all this music going on in me and around me has a bigger sense. And so whatever I do with music, sounds, movement will be something that I can use more and more, maybe also using technology. So building movement classes, building sound classes, building moving meditations that I do in the morning for myself at home. I can begin to use this for the others. So yes, and also talking about touch, I used to give massage to myself, to my hands, to my feet, to my knees, to my face and neck. So it could be also very good to share all this practice and all this knowledge with the others, and maybe building some online
courses or classes or workshops.
Yeah. And also, so this can be a good material then maybe even for after, maybe even also integrating touch, hands-on work that we are hopefully going to do soon, but integrating both, because it might be interesting to share this with you that live in San Francisco, or with someone living in Japan or in Australia, or it's really interesting what is going on in this sense. I just need to get in this more. I need time and space to get in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're really just trusting that it will flow when it's meant to. But I imagine what you're doing now is really helping you prepare for that time when it comes. Yeah. And I think it's amazing that we can host meetups online, classes online, and be with people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Right now, and people that maybe wouldn't necessarily be able to access a class or a workshop where they live can now hop on the internet and have that experience.
I think that is magic. So I take the good of this, the good part of this, which is great and really helpful. So
Hmm.
Thumbs up.
I wanted to just see if there's anything that's on your heart in this moment that you'd like to share in addition to what you've already shared with us.
Yes, what I want to share is that I believe in humans, and I am working with kids, helping them doing homeworks online. We are connected as Tactus is my studio, is my non-profit organization, is connected with the social services in Torino, and we are working with them, helping kids doing homeworks and entertaining them. And more and more, I believe in kids and in young people, and they are here in this moment, and maybe they are asking, why is all this happening? What's going on? So we have the duty to do whatever best we can in order to help them, because they are going to help us, and they are the ones that will walk in this world.
I'd love to share the link to your website for Tactus, and if any of the listeners want to support your nonprofit organization at this time,
Thank you.
I'd love to plug that in. Something that just came to mind for me was, as you were sharing, talking about the younger generation, the kids in this world.
Yeah.
There is a quote, and it's by Drew Dellinger. It's called The Hieroglyphic Stairway. It's 3:23 in the morning, and I'm awake because my great-great-grandchildren won't let me sleep. My great-great-grandchildren ask me in dreams, "What did you do while the planet was plundered? What did you do when the earth was unraveling? Surely you did something when the seasons started failing. As the mammals, reptiles, birds were all dying, did you fill the streets with protest? When democracy was stolen, what did you do once you knew?"
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, and I thank you for the work that you're doing, and for the gifts that you're sharing with your community and the greater community. And just, it's been an honor to be with you today. It's still in morning here in San Francisco, and I can tell it's getting darker.
Yes.
There.
It's 8:30, so dinner time for Italian people.
Thank you so much, Elena. And I look forward to just putting this beautiful conversation out there for people to listen to.
Thank you, Sam. I love you. Thank you very much for what you're doing. And I will eat this chocolate for you.
I love you too, Elena. Thank you all for joining us today. If you'd like to donate to Elena's nonprofit, you can go to cumtactus.it. And additionally, feel free to reach out to me at sam@samsebastian.com if you have any challenges connecting with Elena, if you'd like to support her nonprofit, or if you want to be part of this show. Thanks again. Much love.